prepositions and dockets. Back to the topic.
This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Oh, a good-looking return setup here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. You look at this Packers defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
2nd down and 8. Here's Pacheco once again. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Manning. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
Here's Manning to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
To throw is Manning. Well, that'll be incomplete. Boy, it took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Manning. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, L.A. Trey Tucker, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, this defense for the Rams, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
3rd and 5. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Here's Daniel Whelan now. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Taken in at the 11. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Now a play fake. Manning. And his throw here is incomplete. Trying to find Calvin Austin. And that'll bring up second down. You look at this Packers defense. It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
That was
rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
no doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, Love. He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Love now. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Love looking to throw it. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and he wanted to give him a little.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Josh Jacobs, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 to score as they begin 1st and 10. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. That's now 4 tackles for loss if you add the 3 he had last week to the 1 here in the 1st quarter.
And some of it comes from vision. And when you're playing defensive end, especially with those teams that want to take their D-ends and move them.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Nnamdi Madubuike able to get him for a loss of about 3. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Packers. A punt return of 65 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early, but they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
To throw, it's Manning. He still makes the catch, even though it was tapped by the linebacker. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Manning. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they're both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The Packers at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half, as they're going to stop him behind the line. Here's 3rd and 9. Love. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. A solid stiff arm. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's got his target. It's Austin for the Rams touchdown. Calvin Austin from 13 yards out. And the Rams are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams. And that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. The slot man in motion right. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Working out of the gun. Love. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw now, here's Love. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17. Into the red zone, first down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run right here with Jacobs. Spinning away. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Here now, 2nd and 4. Love from the gun. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, the great coach said football's really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Love from the gun on 3rd down. Touchdown, Packers! Josh Jacobs, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Packers have moved out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. So the completion gets them just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it, and the Packers pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. He moved from your former position senior year, strong safety.
Yeah, sometimes they get you up near the line of scrimmage, or you're trying to time up a blitz. You've got to get it right, otherwise that flag comes out and you just cost your team some yardage.
And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. 2nd and 7. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing. Love. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Touchdown! Isaiah Pacheco from 4 yards out. And the Rams have got it back to within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives. So a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. Touchdown, LA! Isaiah Pacheco with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And he will bring it back. It's an interception returned for a Rams touchdown. The try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and they've jumped back ahead, 35-28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that's going to be short of the landing zone. It doesn't make it there, so that means the ball's going to come out to the 40. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Love. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped him.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
2nd and 10. Here's Love. That's taken in by Kraft. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll look to throw now on first down. Short throw. He's got Kraft. He'll get it inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. Again, it's Love. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Lawrence. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Now they'll go with a reverse. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? They'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Able to power through. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Looking to throw. Love. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10. On play action. Love to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
That's to Kraft, the tight end.
Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Now a 2nd and 10.
He'll run straight ahead with Wilson. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's the gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know. Defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
From the gun on 3rd down. Love. That's a Packers touchdown. Tucker Kraft, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Packers are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game all tied here in the...
He's got a man, complete!
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
It's a gain of 34. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Manning. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
First down, Los Angeles.
Throwing now is Manning. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Tucker.
And the Rams are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
So that's going to move them half the distance.
First of all, you can't jump in this situation, but think about your play calling now. Could easily change what you want to do and maybe make things a little bit easier.
Pacheco is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this again?
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Once more, it's Pacheco.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Isaiah Pacheco
with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year.
And the Rams have taken the lead.
Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Love and the Packers now with a 1st and 10
Right at the 30.
He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. 52 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or do they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Buying time to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Back to throw. Love.
Able to find his man, Kraft.
And he's taken down inside the 30. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now a give to Jacobs running right. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Touchdown, Packers!
T. Higgins,
28 yards.
and the Packers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
A short throw caught by Andrews. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
Bust through the tackle. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
And defensively, Cordell Flott got him down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Completes it to Austin. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Now Manning.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's Manning to throw.
Across the formation, he hits Austin.
And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Well, they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Throwing is Manning. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Calvin Austin
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Rams answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead.
And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 20-yard line.
Love looking to throw it.
Short throw. He's got Kraft.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Love now. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 9.
Love. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Out of the shotgun, it's Love.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Rams have just about sewn up this football game. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Manning to throw. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10.
Here's 1st and 10. Love.
That man again, it's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10. Love looking to throw it.
Flushed out right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understand where they are in the field.
Now Love.
Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught on the sideline. Are the feet in? They are. What a catch.
Well, this game is certainly up.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. Here's Love.
Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
2nd down, goal to go. Here's Love.
And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free. And his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Love. And they do not get it. It's incomplete. They went for the win, and the big gamble does not pay off. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And this is going to be Packer football. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Manning will take a knee, and that should be the final act in this one.
And how about this finish? Able to take a knee, run out the clock, and close this game out by 1 point. You talk about how many coaches we talked to? They all said the same. All I want to do is win by 1 point. That got tested in this one.
Yep, and that cliche rings true. A single penny separates this one.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points,